Hi everyone, this is Jenny from Crafter's Companion. I'm excited to share with you today how I do my palette blending when I'm trying to blend my colors together that really don't go together. Or here I have a dark green 3, and the natural blending colors that would go with that would be a dark green 2 and a dark green 1. However, I want the limey green that I get with the citrus green, and so I like to put them together, but they don't blend together very nicely if I just try to blend them next to each other. So what I do is a technique called palette blending, and how I do that is I take something non-porous like this acrylic block, and I basically just scribble on that block. This is going to make me a paint palette. I'm also going to take my citrus green 2, and I'm going to put a little bit of that next to it because I'm going to want that later. So I'm going to scribble a little bit of that there. I did it on top of white paper so you basically could see the ink that's on there. And so that's my citrus green 2 and my dark green 3. I'm going to take my citrus green 2 and I'm going to dip into this, but actually forgot. I'm going to actually start off with my darkest green color in here first. And you can see that if I take my citrus green 2 and try to blend it here, it's just not going to blend very well because they're too far apart in color. Let me see if I can get a little closer for you. There you go. You can see that it's just not blending really smooth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into my green over here on my palette, and now I'm going to make a medium color basically to blend these two colors together. As I start pulling my color out, I return back to the original color because I've used up the dark green. And you can see how it nicely blended together. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take and go to a citrus yellow. It's a very pale yellow. And now I'm going to dip into this one because that's my medium color. And I'm going to make another medium color between these two, so that's going to blend well together. And I'm going to pull it on out to the end of my dragonfly. So I'm going to repeat that with all of my wings on my dragonfly, and you can see how nicely they blended together. So let's do one more together. So here we go. We start off with our dark green. I like this to be wet, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Now I'm going to take my citrus green 2, and I'm going to scoop up some of my darker paint or ink, and I'm going to blend it together here. Can't get a hold of my block there. There we go. So I'm going to blend it together nice and neat. Start pulling it out some. And now I'm going to take my citrus yellow, which is a very pale yellow, and I'm going to dip into my medium green and blend them together here. And start pulling it out towards the edge of my dragonfly's wings. So that's how I do my palette blending when I'm trying to blend colors that normally don't blend well together. I'm going to show you one more little trick that I like to do with this, and that is on this little daisy. Here sometimes I like to put a little bit of grass on the bottom, and if I basically take one color and just start flicking and adding some grass, it's very boring and it's all one color. And so what I like to do is I like to go ahead and do some palette blending when I'm doing that, and basically I take a piece of scrap paper and lay it right here, and I'm going to scoop. And now I'm going to get some more color in here. You can see how some of them are really dark and some of them are light. I want some long and some short, some dark, some light, some a little bit of each. And that's how I can do this very easily. So there's my palette blending, so I get some grass on the bottom of my little flower. It's lots of fun. So I hope you learned something today watching my video. It's called palette blending, and it works great when you have colors that don't really go together, but you want them to go together. So have a great day. Bye-bye.